Well, I'm back again. Well, I'm having to reload my review of Rebel Moon Part 1. Why? Because some asshole decided to copyright claim my video. I'm a channel with like all of 12 people, so thank you for that. Please, YouTube, please love me and not take this one down. Okay, so if you've already seen this Part 1, please give it a thumbs up, and I appreciate you watching again. For anyone that hasn't seen, enjoy. We'll be back with Part 2 in the next video. So I was minding my own business and getting ready to eat this wonderful chimichanga when my son asked me if we can get a dog. You know, there are times that I really wonder if he is my boy, but maybe I'm overreacting. But after weeks of the little runt nagging, please, I finally relented, and my wife and son went to a local breeder and brought home the newest addition to the family, Manchas. What I didn't know was that they went to a Latin breeder, and the dog only knows commands in Spanish.
The Taco Bell dog! Yo quiero de... Hey, where'd it go?
So Manchas has been an absolute delight. He on my rugs, barfs on my shoes, and dry humps my legs so much that I now have bald spots on my calves. Google, translate stop humping my leg.
Joroba mi pierna más fuerte, por favor.
I finally needed a break from Manchas and decided to escape by watching a movie. And not wanting to return to adulting anytime soon, I decided to watch Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire. This is going to be great. Manchas, I said stop it! Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child Drinking Fireball begins with exposition from Sir Anthony Hopkins, where he tells us that in this galaxy far, far away, that it was once ruled by a king and queen, and that they were assassinated, and now if you're a planet that wants freedom, they're gonna send the Brute Squad.
I'm on the Brute Squad.
You are the Brute Squad.
To put you back in line. Then it cuts to our main protagonist, Cora, played by Sophia Nutella, something like that, doing some plowing on a field. She pauses and stares out at the planet beyond, doing her best Luke Skywalker impression, but it's alright, I guess. Definitely doesn't give you that same vibe you had from A New Hope, but whatever, let's move on. We find out pretty quickly that Cora is an outsider with a checkered past, but before we learn too much more, Francis from Deadpool shows up.
How tough can he be with a name like Francis?
And he proves he's still an asshole by bullying the community for grain and killing its leader. Francis, what's my name? I mean, Atticus Noble is an admiral of the Imperium, searching for rebels, which apparently gives him carte blanche to do whatever the he wants. So after killing Sindri, the village's leader, the space Nazi then departs, leaving a sadistic group of soldiers on the planet to make sure their grain order gets fulfilled. This is when we are introduced to Jimmy, the droid voiced by Sir Anthony Hopkins. And he really doesn't look anything like C-3PO.
I beg your pardon, but what do you mean?
Well, it doesn't take long, and the soldiers, of course, start some trouble and are about to the water girl.
Hey, moron!
Not water boy, I said water girl. And that's when 5'5", 120-pound Cora jumps in and manages to take out 6 or 7 guys that minimum are 50 pounds heavier and probably at least 6 inches taller. Then Nazi 3PO shows up and kills the last of the soldiers, holding the water girl hostage, which he then abruptly runs away.
Bye.
Realizing that the Imperium might not like their goons missing, Cora decides it's time to raise an army of sorts to defend the village. So she enlists Gunner, a local that's obviously had a stiffy for Cora since the beginning of the movie, and she wants him to introduce her to the Resistance. I get it that there's slim pickings in a small town, but Sophia Nutella? Really? Her face has more hard angles than a Cybertruck. But whatever, they ride off to find a general.
Go to the general and save some time!
During their journey, we start to learn more of the backstory behind Cora the Explorer, and what I would consider the laziest way possible. I don't get it, Zack Snyder. You used to be good at this kind of Now I feel like I'm getting the backstory in a stupid video game. Infinity War was able to show the backstory behind Gamora without having to explain it to me word by word. Cora talks about her time in the military and says that at the academy, they're encouraging us to take a lover so that when you're doing really bad crimes against people, it somehow makes it better? Alright, hold on, we gotta stop here. There is a reason why you don't have lovers in the same platoon. I know if they are the same rank, it may be technically not prohibited, but there are reasons why fraternization is frowned upon. First is that it can easily compromise the chain of command. It can undermine discipline and talk about potential issues with favoritism. It's one thing to have a rare case here and there, but to encourage it is basically saying that when you are combat and your partner's killed, there's a really good chance you break the chain of command and lose it. And that would compromise the rest of your soldiers. Okay. These are reasons why unit cohesion and professionalism is so important in the military. I swear, it looks of how all these soldiers are acting as part of this Imperium. How the hell did they gain dominance with these retarded behaviors?
This crew is the most incompetent bunch of retards and assholes in naval history.
And I still have to ask, why the do laser guns actually still need magazines? You see it in an earlier scene when she's confronted by Belisarius, and he helps her cock a hammer back, and that just made me really laugh out loud. I didn't know that space 1911s were a thing. Ah, Christ, this review is going to be 30 minutes long if we don't keep moving. So Gunnar and Cora make it to the port city of Providence, and wouldn't you know it, the resistance contact is in the middle of getting arrested by a group of bounty hunters when they arrive. What do? Well, they decide to go into the bar anyways. I guess that's the best option. Well, once in the bar, they're confronted by Sloth. Hey, I thought he died a long time ago. It's good to see him. Hey, you guys! Sloth was one of my favorites from the good. Oh my God! Jesus Christ! What the hell is Sloth doing? Holy shit, I didn't know Sloth was such a degenerate. Well, that's great. That's just great. Thanks for ruining one of my favorite childhood movies. You've been bad. So Gunnar is unable to push a dude off, grabbing his balls, and he needs, once again, 5'5" Cora to take care of Sloth. Baby! Okay, I do find it funny to watch Gunnar stand there and take it like a little. Anyway, Sloth gets his feelings hurt and comes back with a bunch of other dudes with guns. Man, he really wants to Gunnar. I guess it's devotion, or Gunnar must have a big or something.
That thing is huge.
Well, Cora, of course, kills all the men, and she's then saved by some dude with a grill when he shoots Sloth. You know, why didn't Gunnar have a gun? The rapey army guys unloaded a ton. Why not just take one?
Because I'd have known this was going to have another problem. I'm a
So the bro who saved Cora is named Kai, and he's totally not a bounty hunter or a gun for hire. He's
opportunist, you might say.
What the does that mean? Cora comes into this stupid bar and announces to all the patrons, just after her dude was picked up by bounty hunters for being sympathetic to the resistance, that she's looking for a disgraced general to build a force to fight the mother world, and it never occurs to her that, hey, I might be giving out way too much information for someone that could be an opportunist? Is this really a galaxy far, far away, or just retard world?
Are you some kind of moron?
I'm gonna keep going. So Kai generously offers to fly both Gunnar and Kai to Pollux. And of course, Cora doubles down and says we're searching for soldiers to fight the mother world, specifically General Titus, who was a turncoat to the Imperium. At least in A New Hope, Obi-Wan never let on as to why they needed passage to Alderaan. He just said,
we'd like to avoid any Imperial entanglements.
Obi-Wan didn't know anything about Han and Chewie, so he kept his intentions vague. But not here. We're just putting it all out there. Shut up, Marv! Jeez. What could go wrong? I like that when they ask Kai about payment too for transport, Kai just says, pay me whatever it's worth. Yeah, that's totally not a trap. And off they go.
Oh, you stupid mother... No!
Okay, so off to Pollux to pick up Titus. Hold on. We need to make a stop first. The gang's first port of call is the planet Neowudi, where Kai tells Cora and Gunnar that he knows a rancher that might have someone who could be an interesting addition. It's here where we meet Tarek, who's working off a life debt. And yes, of course, he'd gladly come and fight with them, but he's got a debt. Rancher says he'll let him out of his life's debt, but there's a catch. He has to break the griffin. Well, the next scene is kind of cool watching Tarek fly a griffin, but at the end I'm thinking, okay, you could fly a bird. What else do you bring to the table?
Nothing else.
But that's all good. Time to pick up Titus. Not yet! Next stop is the cobalt mining planet of Dagus, where we meet Nemesis, a swordmaster who is partially mechanical, but for some reason can't find a hat that fits. Look at this stupid thing. The crown is too small to fit her head. Does she have it pinned or glued on? I mean, maybe she's a conehead or something, but it's making me laugh every time I see her in it. It's like I'm waiting for the man in the yellow hat to show up and be like, you stole my
At least I got rid of that stupid hat. Now I got this stupid hat.
Anyways, Nemesis ends up in a sword fight with the chick from Hunger Games.
Joanna?
And I must say her sword fighting is kind of I mean, if we're comparing apples to apples, look at the fight scene from Phantom Menace. That was awesome. Quick movement, fast paced. It really puts you on the edge of your seat. But this show with the slow motion is just dumb. I mean, the woman who stole the yellow hat gets headbutted from like 20 feet away, but somehow Nemesis manages to defeat Joanna from Hunger Games with her knockoff lightsabers, and off the merry band goes to collect another victim. Okay, finally we're off to pick up Titus. No. More narrated exposition on Cora. Will this movie just get on with it? Cora was apparently a guardian to the king and queen's daughter at some point, and we see that the daughter has some sort of magical power.
Is that like sparkles?
I get it. This will be on the test later on. Finally, the crew arrives at Pollux, the gladiator planet, to pick up General Titus. And wouldn't you know it, it's Jimon Honsu from the movie Gladiator.
Who?
Yep, the gang continues to grow. Oh god, this hat! Okay, moving on. So the merry band of defenders must now go to Charon to meet King Levitica, who knows how to get our washed up crew in front of some freedom fighters. However, we find out that Gunner's old resistance contact has already spilled the beans to Atticus Noble, and now I'm sure the Imperium is on its way too. Better hurry up.
We gotta go right now!
The good news is that our sloppy swashbucklers get to Sharon first and are able to meet up with Davy Jones. I mean, King Levitica. And Jones makes the introduction to the Resistance. Okay, stop here. Hold on. What in the is with these Resistance fighters? Look at them. The is on their faces? I know some people are saying it's like a discount Furiosa, but I don't know. I think they like eating when someone has Crohn's disease.
Get it off me, Frost! Get it off!
So a couple of the Resistance eaters decide to join the cause, and off they go. Now Kai has a heartfelt conversation with Cora, and he's convinced, and he's also willing to go balls deep into her. I mean, her cause.
Tell you what, you bend over. Now shove it straight up your
But he has to drop off some cargo first, or Jabba would get pissed. Meanwhile, Noble finally arrives at Davy Jones' planet and is pissed that he helped the rebels, so Noble decides to level the planet.
You feel death.
You know, I get that Noble is a sadist like the rest of the Imperium, but why? Can you at least provide some background on him as to what made him this nuts? He's another one of those folks that was probably born rich, then freaks the out when their parents buy them a Tesla versus a Mercedes for their 16th birthday.
You said you liked the electric cars.
I said I like Tesla. I said a Mercedes-Benz.
Oh, off. Well, the final battle in this movie does not happen on Velt, but on some stupid unlisted trading platform, where, surprise, Kai ends up betraying the ragtag ruffians and the eaters.
I didn't even see it coming.
This scene makes me chuckle. Cora realizes something is wrong, but does absolutely nothing, and they all get caught. Then a ship from the King's Gaze pops out and starts shooting the eaters' fighters. Wait, didn't the main eater, Darion or whatever his name is, just say?
And you too! Keep eyes from above!
What the Don't these jerks have some sort of scanning equipment? This movie is so stupid, they have to rely on line of sight to check if there are any other ships nearby? Come on, man, get the out of here with that. This, out of anything I've seen so far, is probably the most retarded. You, Zack Snyder. A massive ship hiding behind a rock isn't visible in some way? If you can't scan the area around you, then how the do you navigate through space? They just point their ships towards a star and say, yep, that's good enough.
Traveling through hyperspace ain't like dusting crops, boy.
This is what pisses me off with bad movies. The writers assume that you, the viewer, are too stupid to not recognize obvious plot holes. And somehow, the Imperium has perfectly coordinated with Kai a surprise attack, getting all their chips in place without the use of any type of stealth or misdirection. Nope, they're just there waiting for you. God. At least at the beginning of Empire Strikes Back, Admiral Ozzel tried to drop out of hyperspace too close to the planet Hoth to surprise the rebels. However, the rebellion was able to pick up the incoming ships because they had ability to scan the area around them.
You have failed me for the last time.
Jesus Christ, this is just basic storytelling. Manches, don't there. Google Translate. Go potty outside.
Pon caca en mi almohada, por favor.
Where the hell were we? Oh yeah, Kai and the Imperium gets the drop on the retarded rascals, and wouldn't you know it, Cora's loose lips gave Kai the opening needed to make some money because...
I'm more of an opportunist, you might say.
Well, when all hope looks lost, Gunner finds his balls that Sloth groped and frees Cora and then immediately puts one into Kai.
Things will be okay.
Guess no redemption there. Here's where I get stumped though. Once Cora is free, she grabs a gun and starts shooting while Gunner begins to free everyone else. Okay, cool. But look what happens when someone frees Blood Axe. The had a gun the whole time. What the was he doing while restrained? He could have shot down and destroyed the restraining device or tried to angle out to hit Francis.
What would you say you do here?
But no, he just sat there like a little... No one else had their weapons in their hands when they were restrained. Even Nemesis had to draw her sword once she was released. Well, Blood Axe does redeem himself by charging the main Imperial torrent when he sees it taking out his people. He leaves from what looks like a crane or something and attempts to skewer the gunner with a spear. Wait, what? This looks like some normal stupid spear and Blood Axe is able to break the glass?
Well, that was easy.
Isn't this like a ship that like flies in space? So you're telling me it's that easy to break a glass on the torrent? Did the designers of this ship never consider that someone might shoot back? Oh, this movie. Well, there's a bunch more slow motion and the Imperial dropship cracks open like an egg and Cora beats the shit out of Francis and then falls on the platform and I guess he's dead. I do like how Abs shows up after the fighting is over. It's like, where the were you for the last 20 minutes?
Ha ha! I bet he's taking the shit.
No, that's pretty much it for part one. Great. Oh, and Atticus Noble may not be dead after all. I can't wait. I need a break. Manches, come here, boy. Fetch. Fetch. You not understand? Google. Translate. Fetch.
Matar al pato blanco.
Hey, thank you for watching. We hope you understand this is just satire, and we have a good time doing it. If what you saw here made you happy, please hit the like and subscribe button. And if you didn't like what you saw here, please hit the like and subscribe button, because it'd make me happy. Thanks for watching. Now please, just leave me alone.